Okay, so human beings are storytelling animals. This is how we make sense of the world. And often it's very difficult for us to tell the difference between story and reality. In fact, our stories make our reality. So when we tell ourselves a different story, we can create a new reality. However, where we often get stuck is when we keep using the same part of our intelligence to craft a story, we can get tunnel vision and get stuck telling ourselves the same story over and over, which is why we often find ourselves sort of painted into corners, feeling like, I have one particular problem that's been driving me nuts, and no matter how hard I think about it, I just can't seem to figure it out, can't come up with a new viewpoint. And that's probably because you're approaching the problem, you're trying to solve the puzzle with the same tool over and over again. So one of the great powers of embodied storytelling is that it helps you connect with your story from a new level. It helps you connect with your story using all of your intelligence, and it helps you find your way into the story from a completely new angle that you might not ever think of with your rational brain. So here we're going to play a fun little game which is going to help you find a new way into a sticky problem that may have been challenging you for a while. And I hope that when you're done with it, you will have new insight into this problem. And we're going to use our body to tell a new story. So here we go. First of all, you'll see I'm out here in this beautiful garden. I invite you, if there is a natural environment available to you, to play this game in that natural environment, ideally as far away from a computer as possible, because this natural world around me is part of the greater me. We are all part of the greater universe, it's part of us. And when we reconnect with the natural world, we are reconnecting with our embodied selves in a much more accessible level. So if you can find a natural outdoor environment to play this game in, please do that there. So when you find the place you like, take a minute, sit down in a comfy way, thank yourself for showing up and playing this game. Feel free to get silly with it, and take a couple of breaths and tune in to where you are now. And feel free to let your eyes wander around, see what you notice, what draws your attention. Take a listen. Get to know any sounds you might notice. I hear a fountain. Check in with the temperature of the air. Today here it's kind of warm. See if the air is wet or dry. For instance, here it's kind of muggy. Notice any little details that catch your attention. For me, the sound of a bicycle going by. If there's a particular smell, you might notice the smell. I smell the flowers behind me. I smell the grass. I smell the clover. And then slowly let your attention draw itself in to where your body and the outside world meet. So how does the air feel on your skin? How does the breeze feel as it wafts by you? How does your butt feel sitting on the ground? How do your feet feel? And what are they touching? And as you take a few breaths, maybe notice how your clothes feel as they touch your skin. What is the quality of the fabric? Take another breath or so. Give a little shake. Get extra comfy. This is just for you. You don't have to be anybody. You don't have to impress anybody. You don't have to show off. So just chill. And in that chilled state, take a moment. Take a few nice, easy breaths through your body. And however deeply you're ready to breathe is exactly right for you in that moment. Invite your breath to wash all the way through your body, all the way through your head, through your body, through your legs, through your feet, out into the ground. And if your breath gets stuck here and there, just notice that and be like, oh, cool, my breath got stuck here and there. Interesting to notice, and that's enough. See if, as you breathe, your breath fills your body more and more. And if it doesn't, be like, oh, okay, good information, thanks. And just know that wherever you are today is exactly right for today. Just be like, cool. And one more breath, allowing it to flow as easily through your body as it wants to. And then from this state, do a little body check-in. Investigate your body. And now I invite you to tune into your brain, your storytelling brain, and clearly envision in your mind the one exact puzzle that you want to address right now, whatever that one thing is. And really take a moment to get as many clear details about it as you can. And if you want to verbalize it to yourself, now's the time. If you think in words, now's the time to use words. Get the problem, get the puzzle really clear in your mind. It can be anything, whatever question you've been struggling with right now. Take it, ask it to yourself in the words that feel right for right now. Give it any kind of color or detail or specificity that comes up for you. And when your puzzle is very clear in your mind, say, okay, got it, mind, thanks. That's what we'll ask ourselves about in this game. Another breath. Return to your body scan. Check in with your body. And see what part of your body that jumps out at you as drawing your attention. All answers are correct answers. The first one, the first part of your body to invite your attention. So me, for instance, I recently broke this wrist, so it draws my attention. So I'm going to play this game with this wrist. But you pick the first body part that comes to you. And draw your attention to that body part. Invite some breath into it. Thank it for showing up. Thank it for whatever it's experiencing right now. And as you breathe into this body part, take a little inventory, investigating the quality of that body part at this moment. How does it feel? Can you describe how it feels in words or in sounds? Maybe you could do a little interpretive dance to describe how it feels. Does it have a particular character? Does it have a particular voice? whatever it has to say to you, just take a moment and allow your body part to speak to you in however it wants to talk. And then you might want to ask it, is there anything you want to tell me? And then you wait, and you allow it to speak to you. And it might speak in words, it might speak in images, it might speak in some completely other way. It may surprise you. However, bodies always tell the truth. So whatever it tells you and however it responds to you is exactly what you need to know in this moment. You can go ahead and ask your puzzling question to your body part and invite it to respond to the puzzle in its own way. And then pause. And your responsibility now is to breathe, to listen, and to wait. And you may notice that the body part may want to tell you a bit of the backstory. You may be curious as to why it drew your attention. Why this body part? Why this story right now? Go ahead and ask it. And when it tells you something, follow what it tells you. Invite it to, oh, I'm curious, tell me more. I'm fascinated. Go on. And if it has a bit of a traumatic backstory, thank it for its noble service to you. Embrace it, send it some love, and ask it for its own interpretation of that event or that past, because it may understand things very differently from how your head does. It may have something completely different to tell you about that experience or that story. So, when it tells you something, when it gives you your picture or your quality or your story, just follow it. Keep asking it in a respectful, appreciative way to tell you more. Thank it if it has sad stuff to tell you. Love it. And it may surprise you with little details that you hadn't noticed with your conscious brain. And then try to mirror back to your body part what you're hearing from it. So respond to it by trying to rephrase what you've heard from it, just as a check and balance. Like, I'm hearing this. Is this what you're saying to me? And then the body part may be like, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Or it may be more like, well, actually, kind of got this detail a little off. This may invite your body to tell the story even more specifically, tell you something you did not yet know. And then, when you are both ready, invite your body part to tell you how it wants to resolve your puzzle. And it may give you an image right away, or a sound, a smell, a song, a story, an invitation. But if you just sit and wait and listen appreciatively, something will come. And that very first thing, whether or not your rational mind understands it, that's the next step for you. That's the next way to address this puzzle. When you get it, again, sort of repeat back to your body what you've heard. You like, did I get this correct? Is there anything else you want to tell me? And when you're clear in your mind, thank your body, thank the story that it has to tell you about how it perceives this puzzle, and then take whatever information it gave you, which may or may not make sense in a narrative, verbal storytelling fashion. Take whatever story it gave you and just walk around with it for a few days. You may suddenly have an insight about it a minute later, an hour later, a day later, a week later, but your body understands problems and puzzles on a different level than your conscious mind does. And this is the level that is your powerful problem solver. So know that whatever it gave you, you now have the answer. You now have the one next simple step to pursue in solving your puzzle. And if you sit with it, you will get little insights here and there about what that answer is. Eventually it will make sense to you, and it might keep on making sense in different ways. Thank your body, thank your brain for playing the game, and I invite you to use this game to feel your way into out of left field, maybe surprising solutions to your puzzles that completely bypass the little hamster up here that's like tick, 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 that will always give you a deeper, more stable, more rooted, and more authentically you answer. So go forth, enjoy, and good luck.